Hi guys. Today I wanted to make a video that is talking about a topic that is close to me, um, and a lot of girls, and guys probably as well, deal with this issue on a daily basis, I would say, um, and they just don't know how to deal with it. So I wanted to talk about my experience with that issue and how I handled it and all that good stuff. So today I'm going to be talking about abuse, and I'm not talking so much about physical abuse, but more emotional abuse. And so yeah, I'm going to start with my relationship that I was in that was emotionally abusive. I dated him for 3.5 years. The first year we lived separately, obviously, um, and I didn't really know much about him. Like, I always tell people that you don't know somebody until you actually move in with them, because you don't truly know them. You don't know how they do things in their home and all that stuff. But when we first met, my ex was very charming. He was very nice. I mean, we didn't really hang out that much, and when we did move in together, he had mentioned that he was sorry for the fact that we never hung out much, but um, he was very charming, and I believe that he was a good guy. And so after about a year, we moved in together, and things just started to go downhill. It was little things like he would call me stupid or an idiot and stuff like that. And then I guess once he had made a comment and figured he got away with it, he figured that it was okay to continue with these negative comments. So he basically would tell me all the time that I was fat, that I was ugly, pathetic, stupid, you're a moron, you're an idiot, you're a retard, nobody will ever want you, stuff like that. And at first I was just like, oh, whatever, like, kind of brush it off. And I didn't think it got to me, but one day I just decided, like, I can't deal with this anymore. Like, we lived together. I wasn't home often. I was at friends' houses or I was at family members' houses, but point is, I wasn't home because I didn't want to be around that. It's frustrating to be told these negative things about yourself all the time. And I always said, like, oh, I don't believe it. Um, oh, he really loves me. He doesn't mean it. Stuff like that. And also lying. I lied a lot. My family members didn't really know, to the extent of, they didn't really know at all anything that he would say to me. There were a couple occasions where he did put his hands on me, never really punch me in the face or anything like that, but just like pushing me, and I would go flying across the room, throwing things at me and leaving welts, things like that. But so yeah, I had had enough, and I decided, I can't do this anymore. So I texted him and I said, I was at my aunt's house for 3 weeks, I think, 2, 3 weeks, and he would call me and harass me, like, you have to get home right now, and he would swear. I'm not going to swear because I don't want my video to get deleted, but he would tell me I had to get my ass home and stuff like that. Real mean, honestly, just a real jerk. And so I texted him and I said, what do you think about us living in separate homes, but, like, I get my own apartment, basically, but still staying together and trying to work on things? And he wasn't happy about it, but he was like, whatever. And I was like, well, I don't want you to be mad at me. And he was like, well, I don't like it, but it's whatever. And that was the end of the conversation. This was through text. We didn't actually talk on the phone. Then the next morning he called me, or he texted me, and he said, I think I need a little bit more time. So I was like, what do you mean? What do you mean? Sorry, you need more time? And he's like, well, I want to go on a break. We had already had 2 breaks, and I was like, you know what? No, forget about that. We're not having a break. I'm done. And he said okay, and he didn't really care. Now I say I left him because while it was mutual, I don't think he was actually thinking about breaking up. So I left him on December 1st of 2012, and it is now February 3rd, 2014. We don't talk at all. I have him blocked on Facebook. I have his number blocked. Uh, Twitter, Instagram, everything. I don't want anything to do with him. I don't want to talk to him. I don't want to hear from him. I don't want people to tell me things about him. That's another thing too. People were telling me things about him, and I'm just like, I don't care. Like, he has a girlfriend. That's cool. It'll be the same path with her. So whatever. But basically, what I want to say is, if you're in an abusive relationship, for yourself, please get out, because they won't change. Um, I stayed with him for so long and dealt with the abuse for so long because I was like, oh, he'll change, he loves me. My thought process was that if he was nice to me at one point, then why can't he change and be nice to me again? But it doesn't work like that. He is the type of person that he is, and he's always going to be that type of person. So, it took a toll on me. It's been a long road, but I'm content with where I am now. Just going through school, it was hard. The hardest decision that I ever had to do was to leave him, because it was all I ever knew, all I'd ever known. He was my first relationship, my first boyfriend, my first everything, and yeah. So it was really hard for me to leave, but you have to, for your own sanity and you, you just have to do it. You have to get out, especially if there's children, because you don't want your children to be raised around that. But that's my point in sharing my story today, is just leave. Just get out. If you live together, it can be a little hard, but if you don't live together, it's even easier. It's hard. It's a long process. You hurt for a long time. I still deal with insecurity issues, but um, it's it's yeah, it's life. It's part of life. It's a learning process. You will get through it. Um, if anybody wants to email me, and I don't know how YouTube works with emails, but I can put an email or something in the bottom link, and I'll put the link in the bottom description bar thingy, and yeah, you can message me if you need to talk about anything, because I have gone through it, and yeah.